Hey, grace and peace, everybody. We're back. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. I got a real quick one for you today. I just wanted to go over something I thought was super interesting and want to give you an idea of how the news just presents information. And I think they just be lying to us a lot of the time. So anyway, shout out to Ground News. Ground News is a news aggregator. And here's the article I want to look at. Judge denies Fani Willis's attempt to withhold payment as co-defendants seek nearly $17 million in legal fees. All right. I like Ground News because they give you whether it's the left is reporting on it, the center, or the right, and they give you like a bias comparison. So over here on the side, which is super cool, they give you like, these are the news outlets that are reporting on this, and then how biased they are, how to the right they are, how to the left they are, so on and so forth. All right. I think that's super interesting. And what I wanted to do is just compare two articles, the same article from two different sides of the spectrum. So we're going to look at, this is called Alternate, and this is the left side that's reporting on this. And then we'll go to Fox. Okay. And let's just look at how they report on it. Let's see how Alternate, that's the only left-leaning outlet that's reporting on this. Trump to bankrupt red state prosecutor with preposterous legal fees. I'm a little bit conflicted because I'm like, hey, if y'all wanted to take this man's freedom and now he has the opportunity to at least get back some of his legal fees, what's the problem? Why is that a bad thing? I want to know what y'all think about it. Do y'all think these fees and this whole law that we have here in Georgia, that if a prosecutor is removed, the person who was indicted, the person that was being charged, can seek the remedy of getting back their legal fees? Now, I don't know. I did see some of the fees that they were proposing were a little bit out of control. There was dinners on there. There was, $2,000 to deliver a hard drive across town.
It's too much. Excuse me. It's too much.
Stuff like that. But overall, most of those fees are very reasonable. I don't know if maybe they could set a limit, because keep in mind, Fani Willis's budget is like $33 million. So 17 would absolutely tank it. Let's go.
President Donald Trump has a history of trying to use the White House as a battering ram to demand exorbitant legal fees from officers that have investigated him. And
where do they get that from? That's wild.
As a Georgia judge decision now allows Trump to shake the Fulton County, Georgia's DAs down with bankruptcy-inducing fees, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports. The Atlanta judge overseeing the Scuttle 2020 election interference case against President Donald Trump and others has barred Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis from fighting their request for almost $17 million of defense costs, reports the AJC.
So because Fani was removed, they said, well, if you've been removed, why you can't even argue the case? You can't even argue that you don't have to pay this. So that's kind of wild.
A new law passed by Georgia's majority Republican legislature gives Trump and his cohorts an opening to recoup expenditures from cases where the lead prosecutor has been disqualified, and with Fulton County District Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee denied Willis' request to be allowed back into the case to defend her office against the defendant's unfettered invoices from Trump and his co-defendants. Trump by himself is seeking more than $6.2 million of attorney's fees and litigation costs tied to the defense of this election interference case. The DA called the defendants' combined request for $17 million in a suitably preposterous sum for a surreal and unprecedented legal proceeding, where she believes could have been prosecuted to conviction had Trump not won the 2024 election.
That's interesting.
The district attorney has no intention of allowing Fulton County taxpayers to pay such an absurd amount for such an absurd reason.
But the case was absurd. Let's tell the truth. The case was absurd, Fani.
Willis added, complaining that the former chief of staff's lawyers have essentially said, just trust us, and ask this court to ignore its duty to assess reasonable fees.
Okay. I said here's some of them right here.
Trump's attorney Jennifer Little, for example, is billing Georgia for $1,000 a night luxury hotel in Florida after Willis herself was criticized for staying in a DoubleTree, reports the AJC. Additionally, one defendant billed $820 to prepare a cover letter and drop it off in the Fulton County courthouse. Another asked for $2,000 for delivering a blank hard drive to co-counsel in Atlanta, according to the filing.
Yes, those are kind of preposterous. I agree.
And some of the expenses filed were duplicative, said Willis. John Eastman, a now disbarred lawyer who led efforts to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia and elsewhere, sought compensation for a $100,000 retainer for his defense attorney in the prosecution reports agency, but he also sought expenses that were charged against the retainer, essentially double dipping for the same cost.
Again, I think that's more than fair that those should probably be scrubbed from that. I agree with that. Unless there's some good reason why. Again, this is definitely double dipping. The $820 to write a cover letter, let it go.
Additionally, Willis argued that when Georgia Republican legislators passed the new law allowing Trump and his friends to demand fees, they did not apply the law to all prosecuting attorneys in the state, making the new law unconstitutional.
This part right here, I don't understand because it hasn't happened. As far as I know, it hasn't happened anywhere else. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so that is the end of it. We're going to jump over back to ground news, back to the beginning. We're going to jump to see how this is being reported elsewhere. Right here. Perfect. All right, now let's go. I'm sure it's going to be very interesting how Fox reports it. So let's jump over to Fox. Hold on one second. All right, let's go. Trump foe Fani Willis blocked yet again from collapsing a RICO case as president pushes to claw back millions. So dramatic. Why are y'all so dramatic, Fox? Why are y'all so dramatic? This is wild.
Judge in Fulton County, Georgia, ruled Monday that District Attorney Fani Willis cannot participate in a fight over President Donald Trump's and his co-defendants' attempt to recoup millions of dollars in legal fees spent during the failed racketeering case against them. Judge Scott McAfee said in an order that because Willis was already woefully disqualified from the prosecution, she could not be party up in the battle over the amount of $16.8 million of fees sought by Trump and his co-defendants. Trump requested Willis's office reimburse them more than $6.2 million in attorney's fees and costs earlier this year. McAfee order marks a victory for Trump in a years-long feud with Willis, who he said was a rabid partisan on a witch hunt during his prosecution. The defendants whom Willis criminally charged with conspiring to illegally overturn the Georgia 2020 election results here are pushing for legal fees based on state law passed in 2025 that allows them to be paid back for cases in which the prosecutors are disqualified. McAfee said that the Fulton County could be involved in such a money since the money would come out of the county's budget, but Willis's lawyers argue that the court filings that she too should have a say. Without intervention by district attorney, any award would violate basic fundamental notions of due process by denying her the opportunity to be heard or even challenge the reasonableness of the claimed attorney's fees before it is taken from her budget, the lawyers wrote.
I mean, I understand, but you've been removed. I don't think if this were the other way around, they would be having as much of a fit.
Trump's lead attorney in the case, Mr. Steve Sadow, said in a statement that McAfee's decision was correct. Judge McAfee has properly denied DA Willis's motion to intervene in President of the United States' actions for reimbursement of attorney's fees because her disqualification for improper conduct bars Willis and her office from any further participation in the dismissed lawfare case. Say it out, say it.
I mean, I get it. I see what they're saying.
Willis brought a sprawling, racketeering influence of corrupt organizations case against Trump and 18 co-defendants in August 2023, alleging they conspired to interfere with the 2020 election, but the case was whittled down significantly because of plea deals and dismissed charges. The biggest blow to the prosecution came in 2024, however, when Georgia Court of Appeals disqualified Willis, finding that an undisclosed romantic relationship she had with her lead prosecutor, Mr. Nathan Wade, presented a conflict of interest. Her disqualification flipped the case into the hands of the Georgia Prosecuting Attorneys Council to decide what to do with it. The prosecuting counsel's director, Peter Scanalakis, moved to dismiss the case, and McAfee granted his request. In my professional judgment, the citizens of Georgia are not served by pursuing this case in full or for another 5 to 10 years.
That's crazy. That's how long it probably would have took. And that is a wild work. All right. So I thought it was interesting just to look at how these two cases, this same case is being presented in two different news outlets. I don't think they're really that different, really. But, you know, you check it out. Check out Ground News. I'll leave a link down there in the description as well. You can check them out. I think they're super useful if you're doing a lot of research and you want to find some different news outlets and find things from different places and different perspectives. So I think it's super dope. Check out what they're doing over there. I really do appreciate it. Let me know what you think down below. Have you ever charged somebody $2,000 to drive a hard drive across town? Let me know how that works out. Everybody, I appreciate you. I'll see you real soon. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.